Okay, we had a really bad practice today. I just wanted to give you that. Since you're bored of me saying every practice was good. Okay, clean some stuff up today as normal. On Thursday, a lot of mental stuff, not a lot of physical work. So we'll continue to prepare, and I think our players are very excited to be back home and playing in front of our crowd, which we expect there to be a lot of buzz and energy around the stadium.
There was an incident here on campus last night. Were there any football players involved or present at that party?
Yeah, what I know there were not, but I really don't have enough facts on the situation to make any other comments about it. I think they're still gathering all the information, so I can't really talk any more about it just because of lack of information.
Have you talked to Marcus or Hayes at least? I guess the report is one of their former teammates was shot.
Yeah, I don't know enough to know about it to comment on it.
Is that something that you will investigate further? I mean, in terms of asking them as a group?
Well, sure. We want to get it. Once. We want to know all the information about it. We've been in meetings all morning since 6 this morning. And so when the time comes, I'm sure that they'll inform me.
If you had to rate this week of preparation for Oregon on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you with the way it's gone so far?
Well, I don't know about a number. I know this. I know that our guys really came back and rallied from a very tough defeat that we've talked about a lot. That the more that we get removed from it, the more that we know we should have won that game a million different ways. And but I thought our guys have done a good job of putting that behind them and really preparing really well.
Have you been pleased with the focus?
Yeah, I have. I think our guys have practiced really well in general in all three phases, especially on defense.
Lane, with the challenge.
Josh out there today?
Just same stuff. Josh is still progressing in his role, playing corner for us. It's new to him, and I think he's done, considering the circumstances, done a really good job.
And with the guys, how do you navigate the balance of allowing them to be able to play free on the field with playing discipline?
Yeah, you want them to play fast, and you want them to play with great energy and emotion, but they have to handle it. And unfortunately, we haven't done that very well. And we continue to talk to our players individually in a group. We talked at length about it Friday night before the game about handling their emotion in the game and letting the other team make the mistakes. There's 3 different instances where the second person in that game got caught, and we can't do that. We can't have that mentality that we fight back, regardless of whether the first one's called or not.
Do you feel the fear, the concern that when they go out there Saturday, that they're thinking or instead of reacting, or?
Yeah, you're constantly trying to figure that out, but we don't have a chance, with our decision making right now. We're just, and I think they understand that now. I think seeing it all together and seeing the impact in the games of going 1 by 1 over those penalties over the entire season. I think if you'd ask them, I think that they feel different about it. They realize how selfish those decisions are made, and that's not being a tough guy.
Where'd you get the idea to do that? I
just was lost for ideas, really, and just figured, we got to do something different. And I just thought that, the impact, if they saw it all together, of all the crucial mistakes that are 1-second decisions that have cost us big time.
Concerning Oregon, it seems like every year there's guys that start from Garrett Blunt to Michael James, now to Barner and DeAnthony, guys who are putting up numbers every year. How much of it do you think is down to their individual talents versus Oregon creating a system that allows those parts to be kind of interchangeable each season?
Yeah, I think first and foremost it's a system. To do that with that many guys, and programs have that at certain positions. Whether it's linebackers that just plug into programs or quarterbacks, but they've had a unique ability to do it with 2 positions, with the quarterback and with the running back. It seems like it doesn't matter who it is, it doesn't matter whether they're NFL-type players or not. They go into the system and perform really well.
What's the secret really behind that?
I don't know. It's their system. I know that they don't run many plays, and there's something to that. And they run them really fast before people are lined up and can recognize what's going on.
For people who necessarily aren't around this day to day, how big of a role does a program having that set identity play in its success, and just knowing who you are and executing?
You confused me a little bit there. Say that again.
Sorry. I mean, with Oregon, you know what they do. You know what they
Right.
are. Same thing, you know, with the Alabamas, you know, you would say, I guess here with the pro-style offense, for people, you know, I guess the casual viewer, the outside world, how much of a role does having that identity and knowing exactly what you are and sticking to that play in a program success?
Well, I think a lot. You know, you're always evolving, trying to do things better, but I think you have to have a belief system in what you're going to do, and there's a million different systems, you know, on offense and defense to run. We run our system a lot because it has to do with recruiting too. You know, we run a pro-style system because we believe that helps us go anywhere in the country and give us a chance to recruit the best players in the country regardless of position that they're in. That system, you know, that they run is a great system. At times it doesn't allow them to go recruit nationally certain positions because guys realize that, you know, the effect it's going to have on them with their draft status. But like I've said all along, it's a phenomenal college system, and it's very hard to defend, obviously, by their numbers.
Lane, where does Oregon look different to you this year?
Yeah, I think that the front seven really, even though there's a number of guys back, you know, they're so long, and they really tackle really well. And, you know, you start going average per play, which you guys have heard me say before, I think is the best stat to look at if you're judging an offense and defense, because sometimes they can't control how many plays they run. This is one of the better defenses in the country.
Is there one major factor that stands out above the rest that you need to do really well to slow the offense down?
Yeah, you got to tackle in space. You know, they're just, you know, when you miss those tackles in space versus spread offenses, there's a lot of times there's nobody else left.